Hey bitches, it's b.simone and I am back with a story time. You guys loved the last one, and on Snapchat and everything you guys have been telling me to make more, so I'm making more. This is about to piss me off. Like, okay, I curled my hair. So if you guys have followed me on Snapchat for a long time, I had a story time on there and I mentioned a girl named Chastity. Now Chastity is who my first boyfriend cheated on me with. So this story time is about the first time I got cheated on. So my first boyfriend, I was like 19, right? We met in the studio. He was in a boy group. He was in an R&B boy group. I was in a girl group. The manager that managed his group wanted to manage my group. So we started kicking it. I got his number. I would go to his studio sessions. I was just always around him, and I had liked him so much. So let's just say my boyfriend's name is Didi. So I had loved Didi so much. No, is that a girl name? D. We'll just call him D. Big D. Okay. I had liked him so much. He was my first boyfriend. I had never had a dude. Like, he asked me to be his girlfriend and everything. He had his own little apartment, so I was always at his house. I had still stayed with my granny, so he came over sometimes. He would always pick me up though, and I just loved him to death. So, you know, like, we was always together. Like, we was popping on MySpace. Everybody knew, like, D was my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And D and b.simone, we used to take pictures. Like, remember when a dream was with Christina Milian and she dyed her hair blonde? Bitch, I thought I was Christina Milian. I fried my fucking hair off, dyed it blonde. I told him to act like the dream, and we took pictures, bitch. So yeah, I was with D for probably like, damn, how long was we together? Probably together like a year and a half total. But at this point in our relationship, we was probably together like a year. So I'm like 19, he's my boyfriend. I think I'm hopping. Like, I am naive as fuck because this is my first boyfriend. So I think it's all glitter and rainbows, bitch. Little do I know, I'm getting fucking played. I was naive as fuck. So we're at the studio one night, and I lived in Pleasant Grove in Dallas, Texas. D lived in Arlington. The studio was in Arlington. It was far as fuck. Like, Pleasant Grove from Arlington is like maybe 40 minutes. With traffic, like an hour and a half. So it was far. So we're on opposite ends of the city. So we're at the studio in Arlington. D is recording with his little group or whatever. And I walk in with my group like, this is my boyfriend. You know how girls be like, you know, but wasn't nobody in there, but one girl was in there, right? So I didn't pay her no mind, like, when I first walked in. But then I sat down, but y'all know I'm friendly. So when I got in there, I was like, hey, like, I'm talking to her like, hey, you were so pretty. Who are you here with? She said she was here with the manager. So we'll just say the manager's name is Sean, okay? So she said she was here with Sean. So I'm like, oh, cool, like, that's dope, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking to her, like, bitch, me and Chastity are fucking kicking it, like, besties, bitch. So, you know, I'm talking to her, night goes on, D is done recording, Chastity ends up leaving, D ends up leaving after her. My girl group is still there with the manager, Sean, and we start recording because we recorded at the same studio, whatever, whatever. So I'm like, bye baby, give me a kiss. I kissed him, and I'm like, text me when you get home. So after D and Chastity leave, they don't leave together, mind you. They leave separately in 2 different cars. I stay there recording. It's probably like 3 in the morning at this point. I did not get done recording with my girl group until 6 a.m. Bitch, anybody that knows me, when I'm tired, I'm fucking tired. It's like, you know how certain bitches get when they're hungry? Like, they're not their self when they're hungry type shit. I am not myself when I'm sleepy. I don't want to talk. I don't want to smile. I don't want to kick it. I don't want to drink. I don't want to have fun. I don't want to turn up. I want to go to fucking sleep. So, what do I do at 6 a.m.? I call D. Like, you're my boyfriend. It's 6 a.m. The sun is about to rise. I'm coming to your house in Arlington because you're by the studio. I'm not about to drive all the way to Pleasant Grove, right? He didn't answer. So I'm like, well, I know he's home, so I'm just about to go over there and knock on the door because I'm not driving all the way to fucking Pleasant Grove. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm sleepy as fuck. So I drive, literally, I'm dozing off. And D's house is only 15 minutes away. So I'm driving to his house, like, doze. All right, I'm back. Let me roll down the window, bitch. Get some air on my face because I'm fucking sleepy. Shit, almost died trying to get to the house. So I end up finally getting to D's house. I see his car. He's home. Walk up, banging on the door. Mind you, it is winter time. It is freezing outside. When I say cold, it's cold, bitch. I'm knocking on the door. Knocking. 10 minutes go by. 15 minutes go by. Still knocking. At this point, a bitch is crying. Cause I'm thinking, me being naive, this is my first boyfriend, this is my first relationship, I'm in love with him so much. I'm just like, this nigga is asleep. He is knocked out. My baby's so sleepy, but baby, come open the door. Knocking. At this point, my hands are icicles. They're blue, bitch. Black and blue. Like, they're bruised up and cold. So, maybe I stayed there for 30 minutes because I knew he was there. So I'm like, I'm not understanding why the door isn't opening. The door finally opens and it's his roommate. His roommate is like, oh, hey sis, I'm on my way to work. D's in there asleep. I'm like, okay. I go into D's room and he's asleep. So I'm like, oh, he's like, what happened, babe? I'm like, I mean, I've been knocking on the fucking door for 30 minutes. Like, nigga, why aren't you opening the door? Like, he was like, oh my God, I was asleep. Come here. I lay down with him. I believe all of this. I just think the nigga sleep. So I lay down with him, go to sleep, go on about my day. I'm like 3 weeks later, I'm over D's house, right? The nigga gets in the shower. Mind you, we've been together like a year and I have never, not one time, and this is back in the MySpace days, I have never, not one time, touched this nigga's phone. Ever. This nigga gets in the shower. I was asleep. Bitch, I rose from the fucking dead. This was Jesus, bitch. I was like, and I grabbed his phone. That's literally what I did. It was like God was like, bitch, get this nigga's phone. Like, I'm just gonna have to lead you to do it because you so damn naive and young. You don't know what the fuck you getting played, bitch. So I grab his phone and I start going through his phone. No, that is not what happened. Okay, I did rise from the dead and grab his phone, but I didn't just start going through it. I woke up because it went off. And I looked at it and it said Chastity. And then that's when I went through his phone. So I go through his phone and I'm going through their text messages. Mind you, the water's still running, nigga's still in the shower. D took long showers, so I knew he was gonna be in there for a minute. Bitch, I'm sneaking, bitch. I'm like, so fucking dumb and naive, my nigga. I was crushed at what I saw. I go through the text messages. It's ass pictures from her. It's, I can't wait to see you. I miss you so much. Where's your girlfriend? All this shit, bitch. Like, did y'all break up yet? Like, he was planning to leave me for this bitch type shit. I am young and dumb, my nigga, so I was frazzled. But I threw the phone down because I was scared as fuck. I was like, this nigga's crazy. Like, it wasn't me. Wiped off the fingerprints. And then I fucking, what did I do? Oh, I called my best friend at the time. I was like, oh my God, D is cheating on me with this fine ass, because she was so pretty, with this fine ass bitch named Chastity. She was like, bitch, you got two options. You either act like you don't know, or you turn up on that nigga. And I was like, okay. Okay, because I didn't know what to do. I had never been through this before. This is all new to me. My first boyfriend, my first relationship, my first time getting cheated on. My naive ass didn't know what the fuck to do. So I hang up with her, I'm crying. I get out the, he gets out the shower and I'm like, he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I was trying to play it off. Like I was trying to be like, oh, you know, I just don't feel good. And he's like, what's wrong? I was like, who the fuck is Chastity? He was like, who? I said, who is Chastity, nigga? Who is Chastity, nigga? And I just started hitting him. And I just started slapping him. And I was crying. And I had all his Christmas gifts. And I took them. Because like I told y'all, it was cold. It was around Christmas. And we had this like little tree in his house or whatever. And I dipped off. He chasing me in his car. Calling me. Calling my granny. I'm on my way home. But little did he motherfucking know. I had Chastity's number, boo-boo. When I went through that phone, I got that number. Do you hear me? Okay? So, I called Chastity. And I was like, so, hi. She was like, who is this? I was like, this is Dee's girlfriend. Hi, Chastity. What the fuck is that, bitch? I didn't say it like that because I'm so nice. I was like, hi, you're having sex with my boyfriend and I just want to know, can you stop? No, but I called her. I was like, hey, what's up? I went through Dee's phone and I saw the text messages, like you sending him ass pictures. She was sitting on his lap. It was like a picture from the back because I know his fingers. Not crazy ass. She was just sending him pictures and stuff, like, and like asking, like, are y'all not together? Did y'all break up? And mind you, he's saying yes. He's saying we broke up. He's saying we're not together. He's lying to her. So it really wasn't her fault, but he led her. She knew he had a girlfriend, but he was leading her to believe that we were having trouble and breaking up. Bitch, what trouble, my nigga? Because I was happy as fuck. Like, what's the fucking trouble? Hello, I am happy. You never told me we were breaking up or going through fucking issues, my nigga. So I talked to her on the phone and she's like, I am so sorry. Like, he told me y'all were broken up. Even that night at the studio, like when I saw you, I just thought you were his ex-girlfriend. I didn't know y'all were still, I was like, what night at the studio? Cause she obviously knew who the fuck I was. I was like, what night at the studio? And she was like, yeah, remember we chopped it up at the studio. Like you were talking to me, you said you liked my hair. I was like, y'all were fucking around then? She was like, I mean, yeah, I stayed with him that night. Bitch, here's where shit gets fucked the fuck up, bitch. She stayed with him that night. She leaves the studio with him, stays with him. She's like, yeah, like, I heard you knocking at the door and everything. The only reason he opened the door was because his roommate had to go to work and you wouldn't leave. So he opened the door, and I just hid in the she was like, I just hid in the bathroom, in the guest bathroom until you fell asleep, and then I ended up leaving. Okay, now you're in the wrong, bitch. Now here's the issue. Now you're wrong. This bitch, the night I was knocking at his door, that studio night, she left the studio with him. I show up, but I guess she wasn't wrong because she made it seem like I was a crazy girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. I was a crazy ex-girlfriend coming in, but then bitch, why he let me in the bed? Whatever. But anyways, she left the studio with him, went to his house. I'm knocking on the door for 30 fucking minutes. I get in the bed with him while she is hiding in the guest bathroom. I fall asleep, she leaves. This is 3 weeks prior to me going through his phone. I was so crushed. I didn't talk to him for so long. He had notes on my car. He was showing up at my job. He was giving me flowers. He was calling my granny. This was my first heartbreak, y'all. I was so naive. Like, I had no idea I was getting fucking played. Like, I was so happy. Oh my God, I love that man. Like, I was so happy. Oh my God. And then so I wasn't eating. I was crying all day, every day to my granny. Like, I would just sit in the house and like just fucking cry. Like, I could not believe that D cheated on me. Like, we were so happy. I just really thought we was about to be like this power couple and be together forever. Like, I thought that was my husband. But yeah, that's the fucked up story about Chastity, y'all. And then after that, we ended up kind of becoming cool, and then I ended up doing her hair. And then she like followed me on Instagram and would like my pictures, and I was just like, thanks girl. Like, it's 45 years later, I don't give a fuck. I was young and naive. It wasn't you, it was him, whatever. So yeah, like that's the Chastity story. If you got any of you guys remember that from Snapchat, that's who the fuck my ex played me with. And yeah, what else can I say about that? That's pretty much it. I mean, I was crushed. And now I'm single and he's married with a son. I want a boyfriend.